Questions swirling tonight about how a man accused of shooting his family and then himself in Duluth got a gun. New documents show Tony Nephew applied for and got the gun he allegedly used in the shooting just a few weeks before it happened. Ian Russell has new details.
New details tonight in an incident that shook the Northland last week. A search warrant obtained by KARE 11 shows what officers found after discovering 5 dead bodies across 2 homes in an apparent murder-suicide. During their search, law enforcement found a call for service back in July after Catherine Ramsland reported her husband, Anthony George Nephew, as suicidal. The police report from that night says Nephew was crying and visibly shaken, asking for help and saying he held a knife to someone's throat. He told the officer he had been diagnosed with schizophrenia and voices had been telling him Donald Trump is going to take over the world, so he needed to kill his family to protect them. Nephew also mentioned to the officer that if Trump did take over, to come back and put a bullet in his head and his family's. In 2021, Nephew wrote a commentary in the Duluth News-Tribune saying there needed to be more done for mental health in America. In that article, he says, quote, "For millions of Americans, a breakdown leads to suicide or homicide before suicide." According to the search warrant, Nephew applied for and received a permit to purchase a gun on September 9th, the same day. How he acquired that permit is concerning for gun violence prevention experts.
So yes, that is the most troubling thing that I see in this case, is that the permitting process did not catch the incident from 2 months earlier.
Christopher Carita is the founder of Carita Consulting, which focuses on violence prevention. He says under extreme risk protection orders, which started at the beginning of the year in Minnesota, possession and purchasing of firearms is prohibited for those at risk of harming themselves or someone else. Carita says it's unclear if that would have helped in this situation, though, especially looking at the circumstances of that July incident.
Was willing to go get help, and there was no other nexus to firearms or threats around firearms. I could see that seeking mental health care for the suspect and trying to get him the help he needs would have been the appropriate action.
I reached out to Duluth Police and the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office to see who issued Nephew that permit, but as of right now, we have not heard back. Julie.